Franklin is probably the most well-known small town in all of Tennessee, and there's a lot of good reasons for that, but today we're gonna find out if it really lives up to the hype. So the first thing is this downtown area, one of the most charming downtowns really that I've seen in the entire state. So downtown Franklin sits about 30 minutes away from downtown Nashville. So just the charm of the small town is one of the primary reasons why it's so popular. You get out here kind of on the outskirts of town, and all these historic homes have, or not all of them, but a lot of them that are right in the town have been converted into businesses. So we have a wine shop here. This house down on the corner is a coffee shop, and then you have actually a children's boutique in this white home right here behind me. And a bunch of these homes have been converted like that. Just really charming kind of business area. And then back up through here is where you have the true downtown area. And I mean, it's just streets lined with tons of great boutiques, tons of restaurants. So this downtown area is definitely one of the major reasons why it's so popular. But then the proximity to Nashville, like I mentioned, is one of the other reasons. Also the proximity to an area called Cool Springs, which is one of the largest shopping and commercial developments really in most of the state. So there are several large companies that have their headquarters there, and then you have a ton of great shopping options. So we're gonna go and check out kind of this downtown area, and then I'm gonna head out and actually check out the other shopping areas, the parks, and that's one of the other things that makes this area so popular is really the scenery. So we're in Middle Tennessee, so we don't have the large mountains, but it's kind of just rolling hills everywhere. You have trees, you have tons of parks and nature preserve areas. So people love the scenery of the area. And for a town that is kind of as amenity rich as this one is, I mean, it has really some of the best shopping and dining of anywhere in Tennessee, yet you still have all of this space surrounding you. So as soon as we get out from downtown, you're gonna see there is tons of space. I mean, tons of open farmland left and nature preserves. So those are a lot of the reasons. And then of course, the political environment of Tennessee overall is probably the number one reason why people are moving here. But we're gonna go check out the downtown and then go check out all those other areas, find out if Franklin really lives up to the hype that it gets. All right, so turning the corner onto Main Street here, and just came up from this area with all the cool old homes that have been converted into businesses. And you'll find that really on every street that kind of goes off the Main Street here. But the Main Street, of course, you're gonna have kind of the business district, a ton of shopping and restaurants, and then a lot of the professional offices as well. So one of the really cool things about Franklin is it has an incredible small town feel, but it still has really its own economy. So a lot of the times when you get into a small town, you know, you're kind of expecting to have to drive to the neighboring city really to have a lot of economic options, a lot of job options. But right here in Franklin, there's actually a ton of job opportunities. As I mentioned, some large corporate headquarters actually in Franklin. One of the largest is the Nissan headquarters here in the United States is actually here in Franklin, and some other large ones. So that is over in Cool Springs, but then here in downtown as well, there's also a ton of stuff. But really the number one thing about this downtown is just the charm of it, the shopping and all the dining options. So people come obviously from all around the area. There's tourists that come to this area just for the small town charm. But of course, really anywhere you live kind of in the Nashville area, this is gonna be a cool place to come. Really kind of a destination hangout area for that small town charm. So as I continue to walk along Main Street here, I've already passed probably half a dozen of these boutiques and some great restaurants as well. And this is kind of like the middle of the town square. So you have the roundabout, you have these shops and the restaurants off the sides here. And then I just walked up from the other end as well and literally passed probably a couple dozen boutiques, several other restaurants. So this really is a destination kind of place. If you live really anywhere in the area, a lot of people will come here for the shopping and the dining. So if you want to be really convenient, then you know, you can live right here. Of course, there are some newer neighborhoods that are typically a little bit further out from town. I'm gonna take you and show you a few of those. But the first part, we're gonna check out kind of the surrounding neighborhoods right here in town. As we head out away from Main Street, this is really kind of the historic residential area around downtown. And right where I am now, literally 2 blocks from the Main Street where I just was. So definitely walking distance. And all of these homes are really well kept up. Most of them have been restored and renovated, and you can expect to pay usually for these homes in here anywhere from about $1 million to $3 million, depending on the size of the home and how well updated it is and everything. There are some smaller homes right through here that are going to be starting at around 500,000. There's a few streets that have homes that are 700 to 800 square feet and going to start in that 500,000 range. But for the most part, you're looking at kind of the $1 to $3 million range if you want to be in this area that's kind of just 1 to 2 blocks away from that main street. So this is another cool development just a couple minutes out from downtown. This is called the Factory at Franklin, and it's a old factory building that's been repurposed into kind of a what's similar to like a historic, way cooler indoor shopping mall. It has a bunch of restaurants. It's got a lot of cool boutiques and kind of a really cool vibe. So you get that really indoor experience like you get kind of with your modern shopping mall, but definitely a lot cooler. So this is just a couple minutes out, and you have some condos that sit over here surrounded by neighborhoods. So this is one of those other areas that really, if you live in the area, you can be walkable to this or just super convenient. And as you can see, it's completely crowded right now. I mean, this is just the middle of a day on a weekday. So a lot of cool stuff in this area in addition to the downtown. So over on this side is where some of these condos are that sit just across the street from where the factory is. So this is the factory right over here. These are some of the condos. Units in here start in really around the 700,000 mark. Some of them up close to 2 million, depending on the view and how large they are. But there are some in there for around 700,000. So this is a couple things here. One of the things that is really unique about Franklin is kind of the cool hangout spots with a lot of the dining and shopping. So of course the factory here is one of those spots, and then the downtown where we started is another one of those spots. So a lot of towns don't have really anything like the factory or that downtown area. But the other thing that is kind of unique to Franklin is that a lot of the residential areas are super convenient, if not, literally integrated right into the downtown and kind of these cool hangout areas. So even some of these towns that do have maybe some cool hangout spots, there really aren't many residential areas where you can live in a walkable distance or maybe just a couple minute car ride from these. So, it's unique that Franklin even has anything like this, but to have these residential areas that are so convenient, like these condos across the street here, a couple neighborhoods. I'll actually drive through one that has some homes on larger lots here in just a second. And then that downtown area that has those homes, the historic areas right there in downtown. So cool area if you want to be convenient to these cool hangout spots like the factory here. By the way, if this is your first time on this channel, my name is Forrest McCullough. My real estate team specializes in helping people make the move to Tennessee, and we know these popular locations better than anybody. If you are thinking about making the move to Tennessee and you want us to help you evaluate these different locations and find the best one for you, you can book a Zoom call at the link down in the description. Or if you know you want to move to Franklin, just shoot us a text or book a Zoom call and let us know you do want to move to Franklin, and we'll connect you with our agent that is local here and specializes in Franklin. But either way, we would love to connect. Book a Zoom call down at the link or shoot us a text at the number on the screen. So this is one of the neighborhoods that sits right between the factory and the downtown. So literally about a 30-second drive to either one. You could easily walk. But the homes in here are on a little bit larger lots. They are, a lot of the homes that were developed, 30, 40, 50 years ago sit on these larger lots. So that's what these ones are. You can find homes in here starting in the 500 to 600,000s, but a lot of them are going to be, again, in that $1 to $2 million range. But if you're looking for a home on a large lot, that's another cool thing about the area. There's a lot of land around this area, and you can have kind of a home on a large lot that, you get some privacy, you get some space in your yard, and you can still be within walking distance or just a couple minute drive to get to the downtown area. So as I mentioned, one of the things that people love about the Franklin area is the scenery and kind of just the natural beauty. And this is one of the large parks here in Franklin. And this one is really just more of a large nature preserve. But where I am literally a 3-minute drive from the factory and a 5-minute drive to get to the middle of downtown from right here. And this is, it's a massive park and really nature preserve. It has a large walking trail, or a long walking trail, I should say, that goes up through the woods out here behind me. And again, just a couple minutes away from kind of the residential area in the downtown area. So that's one of the things that people love. It is really convenient, has a ton of amenities, but you still have a ton of land and just open space surrounding you. So a lot of our clients that are moving up from Florida or Texas or some of those other flat states, they love all the rolling hills. A lot of people that are moving from California that are used to having the mountains and rolling hills like to still have those rolling hills. You know, they don't want to be in just a completely flat area. So you get the beautiful rolling hills, the trees, and a lot of this open farmland, and then you still get the convenience to the downtown area, all the shopping and all the job opportunities. So this is the West Haven community, and it's about 5 minutes out from downtown Franklin, that is. About 30 minutes out from downtown Nashville. But this is a really unique community in Franklin. It has this kind of commercial area with shops and restaurants. There's actually a large grocery store down here as well. And as you can see, you can drive your golf cart all around this community. So you can get to the shopping area, the restaurants, and then they have this lake up here as well. You can paddleboard out here. They also have pickleball courts, tennis courts, all that kind of stuff, and a really nice golf course. So if you want to live in a community that has access to all the amenities and shopping and dining, this is really one of the best, honestly, in the entire state. And you're also going to be just a few minutes away from downtown Franklin. So heading up into the neighborhood here in West Haven, into the residential area, and the golf course and the pools are right here behind me. That shopping and dining area is just a few minutes over to my left. And then you have just these tree-lined streets, you know, beautiful homes. And this is a really large neighborhood, so there's a ton of opportunity to get in here. There's still new construction going on. So if you want a brand new home, there are new construction homes available. If you want a resale home, I mean, this community has been around for quite a while, and there are a ton of homes in here. The prices are gonna start, for the most part, in the $1 to $2 million range. There are some, especially some condos and townhomes that are below that, but a lot of these homes are going to be in the $1 to $2 million range. That's kind of what you're seeing out here beside me. And then there are some larger ones. They're going to be closer to $3 to $4 million, but a lot of these are going to be in that $1 to $2 million range. You're going to have access to the golf course, be able to hop on your golf cart, get down to the golf course, get over to the pool, get over to the shopping and dining areas. So really convenient neighborhood to live in if you want to have kind of all those amenities and also be just about 5 minutes away from downtown Franklin. So West Haven is great if you want all the amenities, but I know a lot of you guys care more about having your own space and privacy more than you do about amenities. And there are neighborhoods in Franklin, literally within the city limits, like this one right here, with homes that sit on 5+ acre lots. So I mean, you can get 5 acres and be like where I am now, just a couple minutes away from downtown, just have complete privacy. So if you are looking for the privacy on those larger lots, there are a ton of different neighborhoods and options for that here in Franklin. And then if you're looking for something kind of in between, there are a bunch of neighborhoods like this one here, where you're gonna get half an acre to an acre, kind of opposed to the West Haven style, where you're getting, you know, 0.15 or maybe 0.2 acres, or that last one with the 5 acre lots. There are several of these, or quite a few of these neighborhoods, where you're gonna have, you know, half an acre to an acre, have plenty of space to have a nice large yard, but not have that massive yard that you have to take care of. So this is Cool Springs, and this is literally one of the largest commercial developments in the entire state. So it has a few cool hangout spots like the one I'm at right now, where you've got just these restaurants and shops and outdoor hangout areas. And then there are a bunch of really nice apartment developments in here. So if you want to live kind of in this walkable area with the, you know, the restaurants and everything, this is another one of those places you can do that. So the cool hangout spots, but then it also has some of those large corporate offices, like I was mentioning, you know, the Nissan headquarters and several other large corporate offices like that, as well as a huge shopping mall, one of the largest in the state, and, you know, ton of other shopping, ton of other dining. So cool hangout spots, and then really access to anything you could possibly need as far as shopping, dining, and then healthcare as well. So just another one of those aspects to Franklin that really makes it one of the most convenient places really in the entire state to live. So that is it for this video. just a very brief overview of everything Franklin has to offer. I mean, there's a ton more, but I don't have time to get into all of it today. But let me know down in the comments, what do you think? Do you think Franklin deserves all the hype that it gets, or do you think it's a little bit overhyped? Let me know down in the comments. Again, if you're thinking about making the move to Tennessee, click the link in the description to book a Zoom call or shoot us a text at the number on the screen, and we'd love to connect. Other than that, I will see you on the next video.